does this Bant list have over straight blue-white control? It's way sweeter. You get to cast Nissa, Vastwood, Seer, and Sakura-Tribe Elder. And you get to play Tireless Tracker on the sideboard. So obviously it's way better. Everybody loves Steve. From a pure technical standpoint, Sakura-Tribe Elder helps smooth out a little bit of the clunkiness blue-white has on occasion, but it also comes at the cost of, like, we technically have more mana sources in our deck, so you're a little bit more prone to flooding. In general, I think straight blue-white is probably a little bit more competitive than this deck, but it's fun to play with a bunch of Planeswalkers, so we log in on this one pretty regularly. This one's got a bunch of videos on the site as well. You can see, like, if you look at, like, the core of the spells that we have here, it's very similar to the last deck that we played. Yeah, we have a higher threat density. We're leaning into, like, Gideon of the Trials as well, and Nissa, Vastwood, Seer, so we're a little bit better at closing out the game. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if this deck is a little bit ahead against other blue-white decks. I could see that being the case just because, like, we have more things that generate card advantage and we have more raw threats in general. Time Warp is sweet because we get to activate Planeswalkers again. Not counting decks waiting. Well, we have to count decks that are waiting on guilds to come out because there's still decks in the queue that have to be played. And guilds will be out in 7 days. I believe the 27th is when they said it was releasing. So guilds will be here before we know it. Goyf's pretty bad in a deck like this, not only because it's awkward with Terminus, but also because we don't have a good way to get sorceries in the graveyard, so it's generally not very large. So, while I agree with your point that Nissa can turn on opposing spot removal, which is awkward sometimes, Nissa also replaces herself with a card, so the fact that she's turning on spot removal is less of a big deal because she replaces herself when she comes into play. So, sets release on Magic Online before they release in paper. So, the sets release on Magic Online shortly before, the paper pre-release. I play friendly leagues over competitives because I'm not interested in gambling while I play Magic Online. Magic Online's incredibly expensive, even when you're playing friendly leagues. Like, you have to pay $8 per league to play. And the caliber of opponents you play against is about the same, and the quality of the decks is really about the same. The only difference is you're just, like, gambling way more. I cut the Courser because I wanted to try cutting the double green spells. We actually 4-1'd with the Revolt Zoo deck yesterday. Yeah, it used to not be like that. That is correct. There's a Terminus on top of my deck. Well, now I'm going to take 4. So we were going to throw Steve away here, but now we get to believe in miracles. Yeah, it was a fine card, Pikes. It was just, it made the mana awkward. So I want to try it without it. Like, obviously, I kind of wish I had a Courser here. But it definitely makes the mana awkward, to say the least. Show me potato salad. I didn't block sack there because Terminus was on top of my deck. I'm gonna path through 3-2 here. No, when a miracle trigger goes on the stack, it offers you priority for whatever reason. No, I don't think so, Rowan. I just don't think that's playable. Punisher mechanics are, like, barely playable in Standard. They're, like, really not playable in Modern. Maybe I should have waited to play a fetch land here, but I kind of want to leave a path up. Yeah, my sequencing here might have been medium. Kind of want to fetch the way. That being said, we're, like, probably dead here. They probably have enough hasty threats to kill us here. Remember when leagues gave out packs? Listen, booster packs are the OG loot boxes is all I'm saying. All I'm gonna say is, our game had loot boxes before they were cool, okay? Kill me! Alright, so I'm gonna Field of Ruin during my upkeep here, so I don't have to redraw one of these lands. Get 4 shots at Determinus here. Oh, I technically have 2 more shots at Determinus, right? I had to crack this fetch land and then opt into one. Womp, womp, womp. I had Obstinate Bailoffs in the sideboard of this deck at one point. Maybe those should still be in here. Explosives is great. Blessed Alliance is great. Detention Sphere is passable. Obstructionist is pretty slow. Negate and Mana Leak are pretty bad. Cryptic Command's like a fog, so that's probably fine. Maybe Mana Leak's worth keeping. Yeah, I think that's much too slow. I think this is a keep. I get to go Breeding Pool into Basic Steve. Seems okay. Terminus in the opener sucks a little bit. Bring on the 1-drops. What's going on, Mad Scientist? Yeah, we're in our second league of the day. We've got 4 or 5 more hours here. Definitely want to grab a white source here in case we see a Terminus next turn. Goblin Guide's really kind of funny in a way in a matchup like this because it lets them know when a miracle's coming. So the way to determine when you want to fetch when a Goblin Guide is attacking into you, if you want to draw a land, you should wait to fetch, and if you don't want to draw a land, you should fetch right away. And the reason for that difference is if you fetch, if you know you're fetching anyways, and the Goblin Guide shows you a spell on top of your deck, you're gonna not draw that spell because you're gonna fetch it away. Whereas if you, that's a miracle, it's a miracle! God bless us, everyone! What is that quote? That's what's it called? That's from what's the classic with Ebenezer Scrooge? It's from Tiny Tim. God bless us, everyone. Yeah, Christmas Carol. Yeah. I did a lot of theater growing up. Did a lot of theater. So again, just a friendly reminder to people that are new to this stream, if you want to imply that something is wrong, just I feel is wrong is going to get you timed out. You need to say it is wrong and these are the reasons why it's wrong and then explain your thought process and your line of thinking. Because if all you present is, well, you are wrong, and then don't provide any basis for us, you're just providing noise in the chat, and you're just trying to like put me down to make yourself feel smart, and that's not welcome here. I welcome being wrong. I love specifics. I love learning different thought processes. But if you don't share your thought process, it's impossible for me to learn. And you're just making me feel bad. So don't make me feel bad. Don't be a jerk. I think that running basics are dead because you're not actually buying these cards anyways. Weird, Anner. I wonder if their servers were having issues. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! All right, it's been a while since we've tagged Darren Forsyth in a tweet. I think I'm gonna start tagging Ian Duke too. I should make sure this is actually Ian Duke. Yep. Thank God they didn't cast Stoneforge, Mr. Ticket Leaf. Thanks for keeping Modern safe. I assume that those guys have me muted by now, but Lord knows I'm gonna try. Yeah, the banner for the Revolt aggro deck looks really sweet. If you think the opponent's deck is awesome, it is. We 4-1'd with this deck yesterday, and I added it to my website last night. So, jeffhoagland.com/decklist. You can find videos and the list for the deck that my opponent's playing. That's true. At least they didn't bushwhacker us. That is very true. Your first preview card has been delayed by another set. Alright, and if I was playing in paper here, I would make sure to tap the top of my deck. Because it's very important to tap the top of your deck here, chat. Make sure they cut. And when you present your deck to your opponent to cut, you need to say the words, please cut to Terminus. That's really unfortunate. I'm going to shock this in, and we've got 2 more shots now. I added a Botanical Sanctum because when I cut Courser, we had a blue-green filter land, and I wanted to, this feels poetic. All right, good games, opponent. Good games. Good luck in the rest of your league. We have to laugh at moments like this because the alternative is crying. The alternative is crying, and nobody wants to see us cry on stream. I'm a big boy. I'm not gonna cry. We keep it together. Keep it together. All right. How we doing, folks? Welcome. Everyone's having a great. What day is it? I almost said Monday. It is very much not Monday. It is Thursday. Hope everyone's winding down their week nicely, hanging out, playing some Modern. Just played a league with Blue-White Control. We got some Bant Control. We're gonna wrap up with Just Sky Control today. We did this to ourselves. That is exactly correct. We did this to ourselves. I usually cry in those situations in Paper Magic. I mean, I'm not playing this deck to not keep hands like this. Why is blue-white control better than Jeskai? I don't have objective data telling you that blue-white control is better than Jeskai. I can tell you in my subjective opinion, the more consistent mana base and the upside of getting to play cards like Field of Ruin feels very powerful in straight blue-white control. All right, man, we are just like, we're in like the Hogland gauntlet today. This is Mardu Ponza here out of the opponent. This is another excellent deck that you can find on the website. Is this stream a conspiracy so you could advertise your website? It basically is. It made me so happy. I was like scrolling through the Modern Magic subreddit the other day, and someone had posted a question asking my deck, and someone not me had linked to my website. I was like, excellent, excellent. Yeah, if you want to see firsthand why Sylvan Awakening is a hot garbage Magic card in JAC, you can watch the League on my YouTube channel. It's really bad, like absurdly bad. And you can watch firsthand why it's bad rather than just listen to me tell you. I need to like clear out all this random. I sorted through a box of Magic bulk the other night. Makeshift Mannequin is an instant. Today I learned. Is the Naya Blink deck a meme or potential? You should go watch the video and find out. The answer to questions like that are always best found with Past Jeff. Past Jeff just got done playing the deck, so he's gonna know way better than present day Jeff whether or not it was good. You're the best, Wraithmorn. Field's not very good here. I'm gonna put the planes back in. Play this and pass. So, something if you're not familiar with my content, at the end of every league, I do a wrap-up segment where I talk about the deck, especially if it's a new deck. I talk about whether or not it felt like it was competitive in that league or if it could be changed to be made competitive. So, always can find that there. Opponent ditched Lady Gaga and another Faithless Looting there. Oh no. Oh no. Daddy's home and he's angry, chat. I actually don't have traffic metrics on my website. I should probably add those. I should probably put some kind of stats dashboard on there so I can see how many hits it's getting. I guess the YouTube videos can kind of give me metrics. That's pretty unfortunate. I'm gonna put back these lands. I'm gonna play Nissa. I'm gonna grab a forest, which shuffles my deck. I mean, it kinda does Nigh Oblivion, because, like, the decks people are most interested in checking out are ones that they're willing to watch, for the most part. I get to go ahead and flip this, which makes me flip my Nissa, which is nice. Then I think I just have to make a 4/4 here, so that way Obzadad can't kill my stuff. Kanames, thank you for gifting a sub, I appreciate that. That's not strictly true though, Nigh Oblivion. Like, I produce such a large volume of content that, like, nobody can watch everything. So, like, even people, or sorry, most people can't watch everything. Cannon Gear with the 5-0 donation. Let's put Revolt aggro in the queue so we can enjoy turn ones like we just witnessed. Thanks for the support. A lot of people can't watch all of my stuff. So, like, people have to prioritize which ones that they watch. Which, speaking of, if you're one of the... Gosh, my website is great. You should check out my website. If you're one of the people that can't watch everything I do, something I recently started doing, there's a favorite leagues button up here. So every day I'm tweeting out my favorite league for the day. So if you only have time to, like, watch one Hogland league per day, you should make it my favorite one. To set the bar low, it felt better than Red Green Eldrazi to me, yes. They found Fatal Push. Thoughtseize. Deal. All right, looking for a path to exile here. I'm going to hold on to this Opt for a hot second, because this Opt can be used to trigger a Terminus next turn. Look at that. Look at that. There's Chad. There's a path. Put these back. This Field of Ruin gets us a shuffle. Steve gets us a shuffle. Everybody do the truffle shuffle. Do. Just need one more super friendly guy to have the whole squad here. So I don't want the website to become too cluttered. I think I'm definitely bridging on too much stuff there. So I kind of want to keep it as concise as possible. So I'm going to Field of Ruin to shuffle my deck because I put 2 lands back on top. Then I'm going to go ahead and grab a basic Plains and Path Ghostad here. Although I guess I can hold the field for next turn if I want, because I kind of want to bin Steve anyways. They're already kind of categorized into loose tiers, Giantobot. So if you go on my website, you'll look, I have them sorted into, what I have them classified as, their proven, high potential, fan favorite, and memes. And those categories are described on the site. That is incredibly unfortunate for me. Do I have a main deck Negate? I have a main deck Negate, right? So I need to cast Opt here in response, like find my one main deck Negate. All right, so I want to path this because if this gets to end of turn, it's going to bounce back and kill another Planeswalker. Because I'm not going to field this turn. I'm going to wait to field. It would be well over an hour, DMS. You're not wrong. I say it to my kids a lot too. No, don't just whine. We gotta use our words, gotta explain. Well, I had already gotten rid of those lands by sacrificing Sakura-Tribe Elder. It's like I had already done that, basically. Streaming is a lot like being a parent. You have to speak very slowly and repeat yourself often. Bye, friend. We're kind of doing our thing, chat. We're kind of doing our thing. This hardcast Elishnorn? Oh gosh, is it hardcast Ashen Rider? It's hardcast Ashen Rider, chat! Oh no! Oh no! You know a game has gone on too long when the opponent's deck is very sweet. We've played it on stream a couple of times. It's a good thing we can start sculpting that mines again. Your elf deck got me to spend money on cool stuff. The deck's really sweet. It's my favorite deck on Champions right now. This one we can path to Exile, so we're going to I think I called it Mardu Ponza. Do I restart Skyrim again? Because I can't remember the feel of my character. It's the only option, really. I'm waiting to play more Skyrim until Skyrim Together releases. I'm gonna hold out hope that eventually Skyrim Together will actually release. And like at this point, people are always like, but Jeff, why aren't you fate sealing them? How can they ever win the game if you fate seal them? And to you folks, all I have to say is, how can they ever win the game if I draw 4 cards a turn? The classic Field of Ruin them off their 8th land so they can't hardcast, Ashen Rider. I like how they conceded to a negate that they knew I had. Couple of rips, a negate. Detention Sphere is a huge liability. Obstructionist, countering a Destroy trigger seems really good. Terminus seems not great. Oust seems not great. Clique seems fine. I guess Blessed Alliance kills Ghostad. How do we like this? I think I like this. Yeah, definitely. Link my website everywhere. Go forth and make all of the Magic players aware that my website contains Magic decks on it. Please and thank you. Do not ask permission. Post links everywhere. Go forth, my spam bot army. How much to bump Grixis Delver to today? So the rule is a deck has to get to 100 points to disrupt the current queue. So Grixis Delver is currently at 71 points. So if you wanted to bump Grixis Delver to be the last deck over Jeskai Control, it would be a $29 donation. The one of Time Warp is just like a fun of that's really good with all the Planeswalkers. Just like getting another Teferi activation, getting another Jace activation, etc. Is our deck good? Our deck's playable. Our deck is sweet. Why Time Warp over the Miracle version? I like the consistency. You also can snap back Time Warp, which is nice. Keep this on the draw. Oath of Teferi's a lot worse than Time Warp in my experience because Time Warp untaps your lands. And we don't really have a lot of value things to blank. They didn't bin a fatty here, which is good for us because it means we're less likely to get fatty boomed on 3. I'm actually going to opt in response here because I'd really like to find a land. And they could potentially like take the opt away from me. So here's the thing. People that talk about you can't play Snapcaster Mage with a card like Rest in Peace, those people are thinking too small and they don't understand how powerful a card like Rest in Peace is. Rest in Peace is so good in the matchups you're supposed to be bringing it in that your Snapcaster Mage only being a 2/1 is fine because your opponent's deck basically doesn't work while Rest in Peace is on the table. Now, Rest in Peace Snapcaster Mage, and this is a good thing to bring up, you don't bring in Rest in Peace in decks like this against like Tarmogoyfs and against like random other pseudo graveyard decks that aren't dedicated graveyard decks. The Rest in Pieces are there for the decks that have Ashen Riders and Unburial Rites in them. They're there for the dedicated graveyard strategies. Dress in Rocky horror costumes? I'm unsure. Footsteps of the Goryo. This is incredibly unfortunate. So I can stifle one of these, but they're gonna get the second one. Snap Cryptic with the big biddies. We'll play Grixis Delver's last one today. Sign me up. I'll take a break from Hallowed Fountains. We've got, this is only match 2 of this league, so we're gonna have a little bit more Bant control, then we'll be wrapping up with Grixis Delver. Thank you for the support, Snap. I appreciate it. So unfortunately, Footsteps says this is gonna die at their end of turn here, so they're gonna get to Stone Rain me still this turn. So my opponent has Footsteps of or Unburial Rites in their bin here. So I'm actually gonna play the Field of Ruin because I'd rather I not lose my planes next turn. Yeah, Rip's good against Mardu Pyromancer. Mardu Pyromancer is very, very bad without access to its graveyard. Yeah, we started today with straight blue-white control. So thankfully, this one doesn't kill it right away here. So I get to stifle the front half of this trigger and keep my land. Crab 8, thank you very much for the brand new Prime support. No, there's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch. Thanks for supporting mine. I think 8-whack is fine. So the purpose of my website is, and this is also an important thing to note for people, the function of my website is not to list every playable deck in Modern. Timeout, please. I got you. The purpose of my website is decks that I think are fun to play and reasonable, and also decks that I've played on stream before, so I can have an opinion about how they're built. So the goal of the website isn't to list every deck in Modern and play every deck in Modern. It's to list the decks that I've played anyways, a couple of times, that feel good. Is it unreasonable to unsummon this? I was just thinking that. I think I am actually going to just Cryptic Command bounce this. They're at 6 lands. They're still 2 turns off of recasting this. Yeah, I think it's bad to play Scalding Tarn. I think if you want to prioritize black fetches more than anything. I'm going to go ahead and field it here because 1, they likely don't have any utility lands anyways. 2, I want a basic plains. And 3, if I put a 6 card in my discard pile, I can flip Search for Azcanta next turn. I'm actually going to opt in response to the Search for Azcanta trigger 2. And the reason why I'm doing this is it puts a guaranteed 7th card in my discard pile. And the reason why that's useful is because this way, if I see a card that I want to keep, I can keep it like this. No, I don't want to bin this, and I can still flip this over. So this way I get to draw the Cryptic Command, but still flip the Azcanta. I sub specifically for the excellent content and YouTube videos I binge on, and who can't forget the best emote on Twitch. Thank you, Crab8. I appreciate it. Thanks for keeping me employed here. It's gonna be like a collective brutality. Yes, so this Cryptic's about to be real good. And then this Mana Leak is live here too if they have a reanimate spell. I'm gonna go ahead and grab a Hallowed Fountain here. Knocks across with the 10-month resubscription there. Thanks for re-upping for another month in a row and keeping me employed here. Welcome back. Rest in pepperonis. It's pronounced Foidisod. Foidisod? Foidisod? Foidisode? Thoughtseize resolves. Probably lose this Mana Leak here because they're like on the hard cast 30 it's playing now. This is, look at this. I don't know if they were setting this up. What is this deck? Why sir, you could find this deck list on my website here. I think I slotted that one under high potential. Revolt aggro, yeah, we go. Oh, this says Revolt aggro and this is Revolt Zoo. I should probably fix that. Look at that. Look at that clean shell. I like when they open me up to shell for myself. It's the best. How do I feel about Supreme Verdict? It's okay. I don't know. Honestly, I feel like with Terminus, you just like don't need more than that. Logic Knot, hair awkward with Rest in Peace. Wear Tear. Sure. Sure. We did draw 0 Mana Explorer. At some point here, we're going to draw Planeswalker, and then it'll be better than that, hopefully. They ditched Unburial Rites, Ashen Rider. Yes, Rest in Peace does exile itself, in fact. Fragmentize, that's rude. No, the Goblin Whack deck in the queue was someone that donated explicitly to see that build of Goblin Whack played. And I'm just gonna let this resolve. I could Mana Leak this, but I'd rather activate Search for Azcanta here. We had someone donate to bump Grixis Delver, so the last deck today is not going to be... We might actually get to 2 more then. Smoke if you got him, chat. Smoke if you got him. They've got 1 card in hand. How about a rip? How about a rip? Rip-a-rooney. There are a lot of things I could do here, but drawing a card is certainly the one I want to do. The opponent's playing a graveyard-based combo deck. So graveyard-based combo decks, I think the anti-synergy between Rest in Peace's Logic Knot is worth having in. Yeah, this turn we're gonna, if they don't give us something to counterspell, we're gonna flash and snap plus activate Azcanta. But they gave us something to counter, so we'll do that, and we'll activate Azcanta. Woo! Woo! Piece of candy! Nummy candy. Taste it. All right, 1-1. What's going on, folks? Welcome. My name is Jeff Hogan. I'm a full-time stream, meme, magic content producing machine, whatever you want to call me here on Twitch. I'm here playing Magic 30 plus hours a week. I focus primarily on Modern right now. If you're enjoying my content, you want to help keep me here as often as I am, please consider subscribing to my channel. I love playing and streaming Magic, but my subscribers are the reason I'm able to do this as a job. They're the reason that I'm here day in and day out for as long as I am. Past subscribing to my channel, you can also support my content by checking out some of my very wonderful sponsors. MTGOtraders.com. I love to buy and sell some Magic Online cards with you. And if you use code Hoagland PayPal at checkout with them, you'll save 8% on your singles orders there. BCW Supplies would love to help you protect your very valuable gaming products. They do sleeves and deck box and all sorts of other great stuff. And you could save 10% on your orders at bcwsupplies.com by using code Jeff10. Lisa would like to get you on your way to a better night's sleep. Christy and I have been sleeping with Lisa for the last 3 months now, and we really enjoy it. I don't think we'd ever go back to a traditional pillow top mattress. You can save $160 or more on your new foam mattress with them by checking out links bit.ly/shukelbedus and bit.ly/shukelbedca. Heading down into our third match here. Someone asked, how much to play Legacy Elves? My generic price for playing formats that I don't normally play is $100 per league. And yes, that price is high. It is high because I prefer to play Modern. So if you want me to play not Modern, you have to make it worth my while. Don't mind me. I'm not salty at all. Yeah, Legacy brings less viewers with it. I hate everything. I hate it all. Hate all of it. Now, I was actually kind of okay. Now I am a solid pillar of salt. Previously, I was kind of fine. Now I am sodium incarnate. Yeah, thank you, Zach, for the clip. That is an accurate representation of what is currently occurring behind my, because you know what the absolute worst part is? Not only did they take all of our spells, but they gave us the other basic forest, so Nissa doesn't even get a land now. Now Nissa doesn't even get a land. Just Terminus. Okay, that could maybe be a Terminus in the future, so I'm gonna give it a shot. I'm gonna give it a shot. Sodium Elemental. Definitely a sodium. You know what? Oh, I just had a great idea. I'm not gonna share it now because you're gonna like it later, but I just had a wonderful idea. What do I think of that deck? We've actually played Bluetron on stream before. It's fine. The fact that like mopey Celestial Colonnade decks have become a little bit more popular is good for Bluetron. The thing to keep in mind that makes Bluetron kind of mediocre in my opinion is the same thing that makes a lot of decks mediocre in my opinion. It doesn't have enough efficient, cheap interaction to keep itself alive against a lot of the decks that play to the board very quickly in Modern. Modern's a format where there are a ton of decks that play to the board quickly. Are we getting another late day tomorrow? I don't actually know. I need to talk to Christy. Need to find out. She's been working a lot, so I'm not sure if we're gonna be able to. Now, I might do another split day tomorrow, like do early morning and then do another late one. We deserve this. We deserve this. This is something that we are currently owed, and I am happy to collect on it. Goodbye, friends. Goodbye. Anybody who is playing blue-white control without 4 copies of Terminus in their deck, you should take everything they say with a huge grain of salt, because they just like have no idea what makes this deck good. I don't understand how you could register this archetype and not have 4 copies of Terminus in it. It is completely absurd to me to do that. I really don't get it. Am I chump blocking with this Nissa? I don't think I am. I don't think I'm chump blocking with this Nissa. How likely am I to win off this search for Azcanta? I'm like pretty likely to win off this search for Azcanta, right? I think I'm just using this as a game 5. I think I just like don't want to put myself in a position. Yep, that's a keeper. Four mana unsummon. My favorite kind of Jace the Mind Sculptor. That one. Pick it up. Yeah, we can still activate Azcanta too. Yeah, I think jumping with the Nissa is correct there because yes, steal. We would have died. We would have been like dead to this bolt plus this blood gas, right? This is a pretty good turn for them. They're going to be able to bring the blood gas back and replay the Gurmag Angler. But of course, if they play the Gurmag Angler here, I get what, like 5 looks at a Terminus. Awesome, Sai. I'm glad you've seen the light on killing people. We have at least 5, right? We potentially get more looks. And like we're at 7 here, so if we find a Terminus that should lock the game up, even Path to Exile is great here. So that was a little bit late. Unfortunately, I need to path the Skirmag Angler here, which like kind of sucks, but it's not the end of the world. Really would have preferred to like draw another path there off the second Azcanta activation. Should we Azcanta on the opponent's turn? Why? I could find like a Jace that I want to cast there. No, that's not how that works. That is not how that works. Azcanta isn't drawing a card, so it doesn't trigger Miracle. Let's do the time warp again. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. I don't think this game is locked up enough to. I don't think this game is locked up enough to start Fate Sealing yet. Although we're getting to that point very quickly. Yeah, Elder's very good here. They ditched the Flame Wake Phoenix. Did I play a land? I don't remember if I played a land. I did play a land. Okay, that makes me feel better. Today on intervening if clauses with Hoagland. Actually, I'm gonna let the Flame Wake happen here. So there's a Terminus on top of my deck. So I'm gonna let Flame Wake happen. I'm gonna go ahead and block this. Maybe this is wrong. Do I want to just let this trade? I think I want to just let these trade, right? Yeah, and then I'm gonna Miracle Terminus. No, because they're at 6 mana, so they can just like keep hard casting the Tasigur. Kind of looking for a path or a Snapcaster. They still have basics. I don't actually know the answer to that question. All right, so I'm going to activate search here to search past the cards I just put on top of my deck because I put 2 lands back. I'm going to Snake Path to Exile. Perfect. I'm going to cast this Teferi. We're looking for Cryptic Command at this point. Oh, both our Cryptics are discarded, actually. I have a Negate in my deck somewhere. If they find more Bloodghast here and play a lane, we could be in trouble. Yeah, it's the second Bloodghast. It's a third Bloodghast. Yeah, we could die here. Maybe I should have put this back in my deck just so I could like have it in there to find later. Got 1 Terminus left in my deck. I think I bottomed it at one point. I don't remember if I've shuffled since then. All right, dead to Bolt. I need to, I'm having a hard time here because there's just like so many things. I think I'm ousting my Sakura-Tribe Elder to make Bolt no longer an out, and then I need to decide, do I want to opt Terminus or do I want a Detention Sphere? I think I want to put back Nimble, put back Terminus, and then I'm going to play Tribe Elder, oust my Tribe Elder to gain 3, and then I'm going to de-sphere these Blood Gas, and then Teferi's going to untap a couple of our lands here, so we'll have Snap whatever up. And I'm also like down on clock here, and this is game 1, so I want to make sure I don't time out if we have another long game. So sorry, I'm probably going to be a little bit less talkative as this match continues to go. Yeah, this is still the same game where they Burning Inquiry and left us with all lands on turn 3. We Miracle Determinus at an opportune time because Nimble Obstructionist cycled and wasn't Vendilion Clique. I am confident that this Logic Knot is doing exactly exactly countering lightning bolts at this point. So we're gonna burn a Terminus on Justice Flame Wake. We're looking for like a Gideon at this point so we can emblem him and then start plussing him up, just like insulate ourselves from Bolt some more. Again, when you get into a game like this where you're super far ahead, you just want to be asking yourself the question, okay, how do I lose this game? And then like working to eliminate all of their outs. All right, that's fine. Those cards can go to the bottom of my deck. I really don't want any of them anyways. I would love a Snapcaster Mage here. If we Snapcaster Mage, we get to like get really close to alting the Teferi because there's a perfect. There's a Time Warp in our bin. And there's a Gideon and a Nissa. So let's put, how many lands do I have? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I can snap Time Warp and play Nissa this turn. So I'm going to put back Gideon and Island. I'm going to play Nissa. Oh, I think I stacked those wrong. I don't actually know at this point. I'm not going to shuffle because I want the Gideon. I think I might have stacked those wrong. I did not stack them wrong because I'm awesome. Snapcaster Mage would like to put Time Warp. Let's do the Time Warp. Someone asked, like, why this deck's better than Blue Eye Control. I don't think it is, but it's definitely sweet. Just appreciate for how sweet it is. Let's do this. Let's play this. Let's cast Chad and make an emblem. I clicked the wrong thing there. That should have been an emblem. I'm going to go ahead and attack for 2 here. And then I haven't used Jace the Mind Sculptor yet. So I'm going to actually go ahead and use Jace to unsummon my Snapcaster Mage here, just so I have a second counter spell. I would like to pick you up. Go. So should be locked here at this point. All right. I would like some Rest in Peace. I would like a Disenchant. I would like a Detention Sphere. I don't think any of these other things are particularly good. I think a Blessed Alliance isn't quite good enough for this matchup. Logic Knot's not good enough. Negate and Mana Leak are pretty bad. The Time Warp was okay there, but it's like just more clunk that just dies in our hand. Actually, Nimble Obstructionist is pretty medium in this matchup. Although I guess it triggering a Miracle was what saved us that game. So maybe I just keep it for that purpose. More ways to draw cards on their turn. Probably fine. Thanks, Lord. I appreciate the support. This hand is really good until we get him to Torakt. I mean, we still get to play Magic, I guess. We didn't keep our path. We drew a second path. Gosh, that's so many blood gas. That's so many blood gas. Like basically every game you play with this deck, we're on Terminus or Bust. Put 4 Terminus in your blue-white deck. Repeat after me. Put 4 Terminus in your blue-white deck. Put 4 Terminus in your blue-white deck. So this is actually interesting. I think because I'm on Terminus or Bust anyways, I actually want to let them put this bird into play. So that way when I Terminus them, I get the bird too. So I'm going to take a hit for 2 here because I think I need Terminus to kill them anyways. So I want to get the most out of the Terminus. So I'm going to take a hit for 2 here, but I think playing to my outs, this is ideal. To be fair, yeah, our rest in peace would have been much too slow here, huh? I'm not dead yet. I'm not dead yet. Whoa, they put the 4th Bloodghast into play. God bless you. Please let me punish you for doing so. Oh, they chose not to. Whew, they're smart. They're smarter than the average bear, chat. Smarter than the average bear. The trigger came up. I was like, why are they playing a land? Why are they playing a land? I assume they're gonna. Why would you do that? You were so smart and didn't do it last turn. Is Disenchant better than Natural State? Yeah, Disenchant can't come into matchups like this. Disenchant tags bigger things like Hallowed Boy. I'm keeping this hand because it means there's 4 Terminuses in my deck that I can draw. And this card's gonna help me find more of them sooner. You mean, the other one. That's actually a good consideration, actually. Yeah, and the green splash, Disenchant's probably worse than, Nature's Claim. I would agree with that. I hadn't thought about that one. It's a good suggestion. Yep. Well, they binned one Hollow Boy. I'm pretty in for the 1-for-1 Terminus here. It's just A-okay. Claiming your own Azcanta is actually not negligible. basically just like binning anything that's not a sweeper here. This is probably going to be a tap draw turn. It's like buy us some more time. I'm going to tap draw in response to this. No, Noxious Survival is too cute. That's pretty unfortunate. I guess I drew another one. Means there's not really ones in my deck to Miracle, though. Oh, actually, this lets me just do this, right? Because they let me flip my Azcanta. Deal. And then next turn I get to go Nissa, flip Nissa with Path to Exile up, which is decent. Counter bounce wasn't worth considering. No, I don't think so. I think this game's gonna get decided by me like drawing into my right answers. Bouncing is a temporary solution to a very permanent problem. I'm actually going to play Forest rather than Colonnade to flip here, because this way if Nissa's +1 hits an untapped land, I can still activate Search for Azcanta while casting Path to Exile. Tiny percentage plays. Smart and thin, exactly. Have a land, friend. We've got Disenchant to cover their a Hallowed one coming down. So we just need to find an answer to a Delve threat, and we've got like Nissa and Azcanta going at this point. Sure. I would play Hallowed one out of those 3 decks. I actually really like the Hollow One deck from a gameplay perspective. It's fun to play on the other side of the table. It's emotionally taxing, but it's fun. You can find my preferred Hollow One deck list on my website, along with a bunch of gameplay videos. Is that a good one? What do we think of that one? What do you think of that one, chat? Go to sleep, friends. I haven't seen the Boblish Jund list, but I have to assume it's great because Bob is terrible. No, I think it's a pretty generic thing. So the problem is Dark Confidant has gotten outclassed. A lot of the decks that want Dark Confidant also have green mana, and Tireless Tracker just kind of outclasses what Dark Confidant is capable of doing. It's he's a card that is very taxing on your health total, which is bad in a format like Modern. This is a format where the aggressive decks are pressuring you a lot. And he's not, and in the matches where the opponent isn't pressuring your health total, Dark Confidant's card advantage isn't guaranteed until you untap with it. Whereas Tireless Tracker, you're guaranteed card advantage if you wait until you can play a land after you play it immediately. Just playing Grimflayer. Grimflayer's been pretty lackluster in my experience playing Modern. But to set the bar low, I like it more than Bob. But I also am like not really a fan of Bob. Hey, look, Gideon. The gang's almost all here, chat. Bye, friends. This deck generates such crazy games. Such crazy games. Alright, I'm gonna mute myself here really quick. You need a snack? Time Walk is in this deck. You ready for the most honest answer ever? Time Walk is in this deck because the goal of this deck isn't to be optimal. It's to do sweet things like put 4 Planeswalkers into play at the same time. And if you want to do sweet things, you should do Time Walks in there with them. That's why there's things in here. The problem with blue-black control in Modern is that, in addition to Fatal Push being much worse than Path to Exile as far as reflexible removal against the field goes, blue-black also has a problem dealing with resolved permanents, like artifacts and enchantments. Yeah, not gonna lie, I'm kind of glad that somebody decided to cut Grixis Delver in as the last deck of the day. These have been some slog matches. Person who complains about net decking doesn't understand how to evaluate magic cards. News at 11, Pleasant Kenobi. There's a deck list on your screen. If you're on mobile, you can type !deck in chat to get a link to the deck list. Wow, that worked. Wait, what? Oh, they have another logic dot. I was like, why wouldn't you counter my cryptic? They have another logic dot. That makes sense. I think I'm just gonna concede here. We're pretty dead at this point. I guess I can play Teferi, and if he resolves, if they Teferi my Teferi, I could flash in Snapcaster Mage and attack theirs. Cryptic's a pretty easy concession, though. Let's just, like, cut the talk about that content creator. I'm gonna start timing people out in chat that bring him up again. First and only warning. Just don't like talking about people like that are obnoxious because they just want to be talked about. So talking about them is giving them what they want. So let's just, like, move on. How do I shuffle when I play in paper? I swear at this point I'm keeping this deck here right next to my thing so people can. So I can just, like, show people when people ask questions like this. I have a big webcam too, don't I? Oh, these sleeves are old. These sleeves are really old. I should resleeve these. I have a bunch of BCW stuff I can put on it. Look at that. Look at that. Nice. Look at that. Nice. Just. Oh, yeah. Just. That's. You know, you don't really appreciate your magic cards if you can't give them a good riffle, chat. That's the good. That's the goods right there. That's the goods right there. That is. Woo. The only thing better than the riffle and the bridge is if you've ever shuffled Copag playing cards. Copag playing cards are like the nut high shuffling experience. Just, you should, if you've never shuffled a Copag playing card, you should go buy, they're like $20 for like 2 decks of cards, and they are plastic cards, and they're awesome. You can literally wash them off in the sink if they get dirty. Literally wash them off in the sink if they get dirty. It's great. I just got here, and you're already hurting my soul. What's going on, Justin? They last for an eternity. Like, the printing on Copags literally wears off before the cards get damaged. It's fantastic. I'm gonna bottom that. I'm looking for a land. Copag. Yeah, if you ever play with actual playing cards with some consistency and you've never played with Copags, you should get them. They're fantastic. It's what we always used to play with when we played. I played a lot of house games of poker back in college. And someone asked if I dealt poker. Usually I dealt when we played because I can keep track of things better than most people. The new rig's great. It's been running really well. I think Stiflebird is great. I play, so we played a league with traditional blue-white control the league before this, and there's a bunch of leagues on my website that have 2 Stiflebirds in them, and I like 2 birds a lot. I like 2 birds in the main and then 2 clicks on the board. What are my thoughts on Merfolk? I think Merfolk leaves a lot to be desired. I think the nomenclature of this is bad humans or bad spirits is very correct. I think just like Merfolk is doing something very similar to those archetypes while being worse at a lot of the things that they do. And as someone who doesn't really like own magic cards that are worth anything, whenever I borrow a deck from someone, my first question out of my mouth is, can I riffle shuffle these? And if they say no, I respect their wishes. Like when I played the open in Indy, the person gave me a deck that was like 75% foil. It had like foil Snapcaster Mages and foil fetches. And I was just like, all right, we're not even going to ask. We're just not going to riffle shuffle this one. How insane would this card be if she could get non-basic forests? Just like, if she could get like, you know, breeding pool and stuff. Traditional bicycle. Have you ever shuffled Kopag's Wannabe Beetle? People can change, okay? Are you about to negate my opt? Because you're a monster. Don't you dare. Let my opt resolve. I'm not going to hit the land anyways. You're rude. Just rude. You made me go get my cards just to shuffle them. Not my gumdrop buttons. Field of Rid me. Do it. You know you want to. You know you want to field me. Field me. Come on. Come on, it's free. It's filtering. It fixes your colors. All right. Well, we're drawing out of the screw here to start. We had the negate for the Jace. Like, maybe we're in this. Of course, lettuce. I hope you feel better. No, I don't really want to just jam Nissa here, I don't think. Like, next turn I can jam Nissa with negate up, which is appealing. They don't have logic not up here, so that's sweet for us. Yep, we hit the SCJ hand gold toaster. We hit it yesterday. I decided to pull it off the actual screen here because, yeah, path me, baby. Ramp me into this Nissa flip. Do it. What cards were in my hand? This is a casual red-green madness deck that I probably built when I was like, what's the newest card in here? What's the newest card in here? I think Plane Shift is the newest card in here. 2007. So I was like 16 years old, 15 years old. Oh, I should have cracked my clue. Mistakes were made. I wasn't truly invested in my legacy deck until I started Reflegate. Amen to that. That's when you know you're keeping them. That's when you know you're keeping them. Oh, baby. Give me that sweet Nissa card advantage. Oh, baby. I don't know about that, Zach, but we've definitely drawn out of the screw much better than they have. I think Nissa could find a spot in black-green rock. Yeah, maybe. I could see that. I could see that potentially being reasonable. I could see that. Could see that being okay. Like it has extra card advantage slot. You do get to 7 lands pretty often in that deck, and like that deck wants to hit land drops, so like Finding Forest is good. All right, which spell? Hopefully not this one. Tilt. Bye, Nissa. At least you drew 2 cards. Let's put our 3 from the top or 2 from the top. 3rd from the top. That's so far down. Why you have to go so deep, Teferi? Why you have to go so deep? Who's been a naughty planeswalker? I get to, like, take the Teferi off the table. I get to stick the Search. I still have a clue. My Nissa's coming back next turn, which is decent for us. Sure, you have a Mind Sculptor, but, like, don't we all have a Mind Sculptor, really? Yeah, D-Sphere can't hit D-Sphere, and, like, they're really not interested in, like, Teferiing this, right? So, like, Teferi's the perfect thing to tuck underneath. Oh, sweet, and I just get to bin whatever's on top here. Yeah, definitely don't want that. Get to flip this over. Get to draw my Nissa. And the fact that, like, things have flipped and stuff means I can protect her with Cryptic Command, and they're not even going to be able to path her in response, because if they try and kill her, I just get to sack Sakura-Tribe Elder to flip her here. So, like, she's basically guaranteed to flip. They need double removal, which they can't have with just one land. Punish for how I tapped my land. Although I probably just want to hold up Cryptic / Azcanta here. Steve-O Bandito coming in hot. Swing low. Sweet Sakura-Tribe Elder. Come along to carry Jace home. No, they want to save the field for, like, tagging my search for Azcanta here, like 10 out of 10. Which makes sense. Oh my god, I tapped my lands wrong. God, I'm so bad at this. I guess I had to choose. Oh, I get to get... No, I'm out of islands, aren't I? I'm out of islands. Yeah, I tapped my lands super wrong. I'm sorry to have disappointed you all. I'm gonna die because I can't cast this Logic Knot. Yeah, maybe that Botanical Sanctum should just be a 4th island. Yep. I wonder if this is a Cryptic Command. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm gonna go ahead and crack this in response, pretending I have a Dispel. The good news here is if they Teferi tuck Nissa again... Actually, I guess I should wait to crack the clue, because cracking the clue gets me closer to drawing the Nissa again, which is nice. If they Teferi tuck Nissa, Sakura-Tribe Elder just, like, eats it. And, like, next turn I get to, like, play the Detention Sphere, like, with the counterspell up. So I should be able to just, like, re-tag this Teferi, hopefully. They might have double counter. I guess they're gonna get to untap some lands here, so they might have double counter up next turn. And I, unfortunately, because my lands are a little bit awkward, this is triple blue and blue blue, I'm not gonna be able to play Detention Sphere with double counterspell up, which kind of sucks. That's not something I have control over, Hivemind. I believe if you click on the pictures should get you there too. But that's all embedded WordPress widget, so I don't have any control over how it does that. I'm gonna concede when we lose this counterfight here. And if I would have left Logic Knot up next turn, last turn by tapping correctly, it probably would have been okay. But yeah, I messed this up. And they would have been able to just Shameful Stroke Cryptic Command or Logic Knot here, because the X is part of the casting cost. Alright, one more, 2 and 2. See if we can be a real boy and be 3-2 or not. Yeah, you can click on the picture or the read more button. So, I don't think I have control over that. What's that thing called? I actually remember what those things are called offhand. No, this deck is a strictly worse version of blue-white control for the most part. The point of playing the green cards is to play sweet green cards in our blue-white deck and to have a bunch of planeswalkers in play. If your goal is to be a spike, I think Gabe Nassif is streaming right now. He generally focuses on that. Around these parts, we do things to be sweet pretty consistently. Occasionally, we play genuinely good decks, but we play more sweet decks than anything else. That's not true, Tom. That's not how the math works. I'm just gonna go look up. Go read a Frank Carson article. He wrote all about it. It's literally not a strictly better worse comparison. Good job coming back from earlier and getting banned though. Congrats and be gone. Might be time to kick Magic Online. No, I looked at the deck list and concluded that it's not worth it. Yeah, I literally just said it's not worth it. Literally just had the words fall out of my mouth that we're doing this to be cute, and it's not. Just like, oh, Magic players. Oh, Magic players. Pro tip, if you level up your reading comprehension, you will be better at Magic the Gathering. The Panera nearest my work is closed for lunch. What do I do now that I can't get Baja Mac? That's a tough question. I mean, mission briefing is probably great in standard. Am I doing another league today? Yeah, we're gonna play Grixis Delver after this one. And then we'll see how that one goes. Grixis Delver can be fast sometimes. If Grixis Delver is quick, I might slide an aggro deck in at the end. Vexing Devil. So I actually messed up here. I should have gotten a basic plane, because if I would have drawn Terminus there, I would have been incredibly sad. Unfortunately, I have nothing to do here, so I'm just going to field them off of white mana and hope that they don't have another white source. You can read all about my thoughts on Mission Briefing and lots of other cards that are in the new set in my article from yesterday on Cool Stuff Inc. I don't know what Creeping Chill does. Is Creeping Chill the weird, like, not Lightning Helix card? Yeah, I don't think that's good enough. I think Dredge is really more of a mid-range control grindy deck, and like randomly burning your opponent out isn't what it wants to do, except when it gets into a position to do explicitly that with what's it called? No, Mert, it's just too much work. Like I'm already doing a lot of work on the website, and like you're asking me to like do that for 54 decks. It just ends up being too much. I'm just gonna. This deck is slower and clunkier than blue-white control, which already has a hard time with burn. Maybe there should be Obstinate Bailouts on the board again. We had Bailouts on the board for a little bit, which also lets you like leverage your green splash a little bit harder. Yeah, this deck, like I said a bunch of, this deck is a fun, different version of blue-white that gets to play Nissa and gets to ramp a little bit to get to your planeswalkers a little bit sooner. But if you're looking to purely be a spike, straight blue-white control is definitely much better, and that's okay. But if you want to play something that's close to blue-white, but it's a little bit different, has some spice in it, it's a very reasonable choice. You can definitely win matches of Magic with it. All right, what are we doing?